No long intro. We're hitting up the bins. Subscribe if you like. Come shop with me, thrift with me. Subscribe. And that's it. Let's go. All right. I went directly to the clothes bins as soon as I went in. Usually I'll stop at the hard goods or the shoes, but I really wanted to get a bunch of clothing items, which is very rare for me. I usually love stopping at the shoes. So went right into the clothing bin. I thought I would show you guys real time what it's like going through these bins. A lot of mall brands, a lot of damaged stuff, but also a lot of goodies. Like, this is what I do. I literally go from one side to the other, and I try to go through the entire bin while I'm at it. Literally, like everything, all the way to the bottom. I like this location because they don't pile them super high. I've been to locations where they pile them crazy. I picked this up for my son. It's a onesie, super cute, good condition. I just wash it. I love picking up baby, toddler, children's clothes at the bins because I find stuff in great condition a lot of times, and it's like $2 or less. It's amazing. Highly recommend. I was trying to find the brand of that shirt or dress. I think it was H&M. I liked the print. I do not pick up H&M personally. I used to pick it up at the bins if I would find it new with tags. I don't even do that anymore, you guys. It just sits and sits for me. Like 5-6 years ago, I could resell H&M fairly quickly for a decent profit, 20, maybe $30. Not anymore. I thought that was kind of cute. Weekend Forever, but I think it was Old Navy or something like that. I need to get better at showing you guys the brands while I'm filming. I'm too busy trying to look at the brands for myself, and sometimes I actually forget, oh, you're holding your cell phone. Maybe you should show the brand tag to the camera. So that first bin, nothing. Moved on to the next bin. You guys know when I'm at the bins, I try to stay away from people. I do not go to the new bins. It's never been my thing. If that's your thing, that's awesome. I used to try it years ago, and I noticed I was just grabbing things to grab it because everyone else was grabbing it. And I didn't even know what I was picking up, and most of the stuff I would put back. So I still find great stuff, you guys. Staying away from people, going through bins that are picked over at the bottom of the bin, at the top of the bin. So don't feel like, I feel like especially a lot of new people to the bins feel like they have to rush to the new bins. You do not if you don't want to. If you do, great, have fun, knock elbows with the great people at the bins. I stay away from people as much as I can. Shein, don't pick it up anymore. Used to pick it up at the bins. Vineyard Vines, I thought about picking this up. I hear so many resellers talk about how they love selling Vineyard Vines, and I can't sell it that great to save my life. I've tried on eBay, Poshmark, whatnot, Poshmark Live. I cannot sell Vineyard Vines. Picked this up for my son. How adorable is this? It's still a little too big for him. I think it's like a 5T or 4T, and he just turned 2. He has worn it once. It looked like a nightgown, but I just I just thought it was adorable, and it's 100% cotton. So I know some of you aren't interested in finds that I pick up for myself or family, but I think the majority of you said you want to see it, so there you go. That's another thing I picked up for him. I did score a designer item at this trip. Also picked that up for him. He's worn that to church like 3 times now. I did pick up a designer item to resell. I picked up some bread and butter items to send to ThredUp. I actually already filmed the haul portion for this video, so I will link it down below if you want to see what I pick up. But when we go back to the car at the end of the video, I kind of give you a rundown of what I spent and everything. So I didn't just pick up stuff for my son. I did pick up things to resell on ThredUp mostly, and then some designer stuff to sell myself. I love coming to this location. I don't know if it's like this location is good luck for me or what, but every single time I've come here, I find at least one designer item. And I'm not talking like, you know how some people will say Kate Spade or Michael Kors, like no shade, okay? But to me, that's not designer. That's more like mid-tier. I'm talking, I find Dior, Chanel. I've never found Louis here. I find these obscure like Italian designer brands that I have never heard of, and I'll just take the time to look up a comp and use the item will sell for like $200. So I get very excited coming here because even though I was having a bad day, because as you can see, I have a thumb strain. I thought I had carpal tunnel, but according to my doctor, I have a thumb strain. My thumb started hurting. My allergies were a mess. I forgot my mask to help me with my allergies. So I was having a rough time. I'll tell you about it in the car. But I'm so glad I stuck through it, you guys, because these jeans that I found that I'll show you in the haul resell for like $200. So very excited I pushed through. I love picking up activewear at the bins because it's affordable. It's usually lighter weight, and I try to only pick up stuff with a good sell-through rate. I was looking for jeans. Bershka, passed on those, and they were really, really beat up. A lot of the stuff I was finding was kind of beat up, but the stuff that I did pick up was in good shape. What's this dress? What print is this? Is this a dress? Oh, who knows? Because Nikki doesn't show the camera the brand tag. I promise you, the next time I go to the bins, I will get better at that. I need to start bringing my tripod in. I just try to be discreet with filming because I told you guys, I'm not comfortable putting people on camera because I just think it's kind of rude. Donna Karen, I used to pick up 7 years ago. Literally 7 years ago, I used to sell it and do all right with it. Can't move it to save my life, and it was 100% cotton. I looked up this brand. It didn't sell for a ton, and this had stains on it. It was like a nighty nightgown. I'm trying to see if it's silk. I think it was polyester, but anyways, I looked up the comps on eBay. They were okay. It was just this thing was like kind of stained with questionable stains, especially for like a nightgown. So I was like, we'll pass on that one. Love picking up men's clothing too, just in general, but especially at the bins, like shorts like this. I thought these were men's, but they're not. They're elastic waist. I did pick up some men's shorts from Zara that kind of had the same print on this day, but these were women. I struggle with Zara, you guys, because they really make cute stuff. It just does not sell that great for me unless it's a really trendy current piece, and I don't find that very often at the bins. I do find more current Zara pieces at the traditional thrift store, but at the bins, that just does not happen for me. So a lot of times I'll pick up Zara pieces for myself. They're great for real estate when I like have to do an open house or something, or my full-time job in healthcare. I love, as I've said, buying stuff for myself, my son, everybody, my fiance, my mom from the bins. Moving on, I was hoping to find a ton of jeans, because we're in winter. Has winter started? I think so. Fall, winter season. But a lot of the jeans and pants that I were finding were not that in good condition. They had like holes. Some things had some smells, some like smoke smells, things like that. I thought of picking these up because they are 100% linen, but upon further inspection, they had a couple holes, so I moved on. But this is, with minimal editing, this is what I do at the bins, you guys. I go through every single thing I can. I will say when I'm filming, I do skip more stuff than when I'm not. So I don't know that I'll ever do a video at the bins where there's no editing, because it would literally be like 40 minutes long of me just going through every single thing, and I feel like that could be kind of boring to watch. But I will get better at showing you the brand tags, and especially when I'm not doing a haul video, I like to show you guys what I pick up in the same video. But I already filmed the haul video, so I will link that down below. It was a collaboration video with Matt at Why So Thrifty. I passed on this like dress because it had some holes on the back, like some moth holes, or I don't know what kind of holes they were, but a lot of holes on the back and stains on the back. I used to love selling pink, you guys, especially the stuff that has like pink written all over it. Used to sell really well for me just like 3 years ago. Now it just sits. Isn't it interesting, the ebb and flow of brands and how they can sell great and then over time they just slowly dwindle, and I feel like they don't really make a comeback unless you're like Juicy Couture. Like, geez, that brand's had a revival, right? I mean, but it takes so long. It took like, what, 20 years for Juicy to make a comeback? So I don't know if I'll ever sell Victoria's Secret pink again. Here are the jeans that I found. Brand new with tags. They retailed for like 4 something or 3 something, and the resale value is great. So you'll see those in the haul video. Definitely pick those up, and it is a designer item. And it's a brand I never heard of. I love when that happens. I thought I'd show you guys a little bit of what it looks like when new bins come out. without trying to film people's faces too much, you can see I stay back. There's everybody along the wall, left-hand side. They just brought out a ton of new bins all along the wall. And I will say on this day, everybody was really nice. Like usually, you know, I have some drama story to tell you about the bins. No, it was great. Nobody was pushing. Nobody was arguing. People stayed away from me, so I was happy. It was actually a very polite day at the bins, and I don't have many of those, so it was very refreshing. Makes me want to come back, honestly. So yeah, you can see people going through the bins. They're grabbing stuff. Nobody was screaming, no fighting, no blows were thrown. So let's go in the car. I'll tell you how much I spent, give you a rundown of what I picked up, and then I'll also link the haul video down below if you want to see like everything in totality that I picked up. All right, friends, that was rough. That was probably the shortest amount of time I have spent at the bins in years. I was in and out in 41 minutes. I just, my thumb started hurting. I probably mentioned it in the voiceover. It was really busy in there, but I know I'm always telling you guys about when something goes down at the bins and there's drama and people piss me off or whatever. But everybody was really nice. I mean, nobody got super close to me. You guys know how I am about that. Nobody was like pushing. Even when the new carts came out, it was great. Everybody was chill. I spent $26.94 and I got, I think it was, I counted 22 items, 21 items, something like that. I would show you some things I got, but that's a separate haul collaboration video with Matt, so check out that video. It should be up before this one. If it is, I'll link it down below. I found a lot of stuff for my son, Zane. Considering I was only there for 40 minutes, I found some decent stuff to send to ThredUp, a couple things for myself, and one, I think, designer item that I kind of showed you in the video. The comps on those look really good. I mean, the jeans look crazy. The jeans literally look like they've been run over by a car. But they're new with tags, so I'm going to try to sell them. But I can't tell if they're kids or if they're like petites. They're really small. One thing I love about going to that location specifically is it never fails. I don't want to jinx it. Every single time I go, if I'm there for an hour or 4 hours, I always find at least one designer item, usually multiples. I also found this made in Italy brand that I think is pretty cool. So check out that haul video. It should be below. My allergies were killing me. I just had to get out of there, you guys. I forgot my mask. It was just dusty, you know, and for someone who has allergies, even though they've lifted mask mandates in Los Angeles right now, I'm still probably going to wear a mask at the bins forever because it just helps me so much with my allergies and I have a lot of sinus stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm miserable. I have to get out of here. And my thumb, once my thumb really started hurting, I was like, I've got to go. So I wish I could have lasted longer, but that's the reality, friends. Sometimes you go to the bins, there's no drama. It's amazing. Nobody gets like super up close to you. Nobody tries to snatch something out of your hand. But you're just not feeling like being there all day. A lot of you ask me what's the longest I've ever been there. The longest I can remember being there without leaving was like 5.5 hours. That's when I was going hard at the bins. When I go now, my rule is I have to stay at least an hour. And when I say that, I usually end up staying 2 to like 3 hours. It's very rare these days that if I go for an hour, but that's how you just know. Sometimes you're just not feeling it, and I probably could have found like a ton of more stuff if I would have even just stayed for another 15, 20 minutes, because another thing I like about this location is they speed through rotations all day, literally. Now, I haven't been there late at night. Like, the latest I've been there is 6. I've always wondered, like, because they're open till 8 or 9, I've always wondered if at night, if they slow down. I'm gonna go there one day after work. I really am. I don't think have I ever been at a bins at night? And I've been to so many bins locations, you guys, in so many different states. In Colorado, Utah. Did I go in New York or New Jersey? San Francisco, Texas. I don't think I've ever been at night. And a lot of my friends that go at night score some really good stuff because they tell me there's not a lot of people. All right, my phone's overheating. I love you guys.